What's up, everybody? It's Zach from Switch Wars checking out a brand new Switch game, the Unreal Engine 4 multi-platform sensation, Snake Pass, has reached the Switch. And let me tell you, it may look like a child's show, it may look like something that's going to give you about 2 seconds of enjoyment, but this actually is a very unique, very clever, and very fun little game. It is very unique. It really puts you in the skin of a snake, and you control this guy with the trigger. You move him forward with ZR, and then you gotta wiggle him with the stick. So you actually have to build up speed by slithering, and then you can climb things by raising his head with the A button, and you have to almost snake charm your way up them. You have to wind around them in order to climb higher and collect all the different collectibles. So you're looking to get these orbs up here, you're looking to get different coins, you're looking to grab different keys in the level, and it is actually a really, really enjoyable time. I hit the eShop today for 20 bucks. And I gotta say, I have been having a lot of fun with it. It's really a nice change of pace from anything else on there. There are some good puzzle games on the Switch. You know, we've sung the praises of stuff like Snipper Clubs, but this is wholly different, and mainly because it is all about controlling the snake and using his animations and his movements to reach new levels, quite literally, and have the fun of kind of his floppy behavior and how it all works out in sort of the real-time, you know, like the animations, the procedural animations that are really, really, really fun to just kind of mess around with and see what happens. And it's not too chaotic or crazy that you feel like you're going to, I don't know, like out of control, or that you feel like it's just random, or that it's more of like a play toy than a game. It definitely has a skill level to it, and there definitely is an opportunity for you to get better and better at this game and improve your way around these levels. Now, you have seen that I can grip tight with ZL, I can move forward with ZR, I can have my little bird friend named Noodle, he's a hummingbird, pick up my tail if I need to be lifted at any sort of last second juncture. But for the most part, it's all about winding him with that left stick, camera control on the right stick, and it controls really well, and it looks really pretty too. It's probably not as crisp as the PS4, Xbox One counterparts, but it looks good enough that I have not had any sort of like qualms about it. And I've played it a lot on handheld, and there it is really, really enjoyable. Obviously, we're playing docked right now, but I think this is a great handheld game to kind of carry you through towards Mario Kart 8. And I think it's a really enjoyable experience to explore and just get something that's vastly different than anything else out there on Switch. You know, we have Binding of Isaac, which is a very mechanics-intensive roguelike. We have Legend of Zelda, which is just a massive game of insane and epic proportions. We've got Snipper Clips, which is a little co-op puzzly adventure, a 2D puzzle adventure. And we've got Has Been Heroes, which is another roguelike, but very lane-based, very strategy-based, very difficulty-based. And Snake Pass kind of just is a fun, more relaxing, but also enjoyable experience. It's not super easy by any stretch of the imagination. I kind of went in assuming that it would be a cakewalk, and it's not like it's super hard. I have heard, though, that the levels do get more difficult as you go, but I really like the level of challenge that it has provided thus far, and I feel like it's a fair amount of challenge, and you can sort of decide how much challenge you want, because you can get through these levels just by collecting the 3 keys, or at least that's what I've had to do thus far. Or you can be more explorative, more demanding of yourself, and place the challenge that you're going to go for 100%. And that makes these things far, 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 far more difficult. Because it's one thing to get the requisite 3 keys and a few of these blue globs, but it's totally a whole nother story when you are attempting to get every single glob, every single coin, and some of them are incredibly well hidden. We're going to try to wiggle our way up here. I just like the physics of it. I like that you get to kind of wind your way through these levels and really have to sort of predict, like, how would a snake do this? And, you know, we've been, oh god, no, and that's what I'm talking about, because we've been dogs, we've been cats, we've been, you know, all sorts of beasts, but when have we been a snake? No legs, none of that, you know, just a wild and crazy snake, and that's all you've got here, is this snake boy. And you have to learn and figure out how the heck would a snake ascend, how the heck would a snake do this, and it kind of challenges your thinking, because it's unconventional in a very cool way. And so I'm going to let Bird Boy here help us up. And, you know, it's very childlike in its presentation and its color schemes and all that. But I think don't let that turn you off. I think you can find a lot of good here. So it looks like we're going to have to, like, really kind of lunge ourselves out there to grab this coin. There we go. We're just going to lunge forward like we know how to do. And we'll head into the valley. I don't know if there's any enemies. I haven't encountered anything of the sort thus far. It is level-based. And you are getting kind of ranked at the end, depending on how much you collect, how much you go for. I don't know that there's any changes for Noodle himself. I'm not sure if he acquires anything. I don't believe he does. It would be cool if he eventually was able to change color. I think this game would be perfect for skins. And you see I grip tight, and that allows me to kind of make a tighter knot upon these bamboo shoots. And it has like a little bit of a rare vibe to it. Like, you know, Ukulele is hitting the Switch later this year and is out for other platforms soon. But it has a little bit of that vibe in terms of like how these characters look, their big old eyes and kind of the charm. Even some of the noises that the snake makes, going like blah. Like he's got some very good rare noises and facial animations, and it's in no way associated with Ukulele, but it feels like Noodle and Doodle could kind of be in Ukulele. Like it feels like they could be another duo that works in this world. Oh, I need that lift, please. Oh God, your lift is a little late. I called him in a little too late. Let's go get this one down here first. So we're gonna navigate through, and as you can see, like this is one of the early levels, and it's still pretty sizable for a puzzle game done by an indie studio. It's I think a really nice effort. Made by Sumo Digital, and they, I think, have kind of hitting a winner here. I'm not sure if it's a home run or a triple, but it sure feels good thus far. Now, see, we could end the level here. We could go all the way to the edge, down there, activate the earth keys, and leave via the gate. But I'm gonna keep on moving forward. You'll notice how you really do have to wrap yourself around these different structures in order to achieve the upward altitude that you need. And you'll also notice that he goes very slow. Noodle is a slow mover if you just go in a straight line. That's where you really have to get your wiggle on, and that is the best way to maneuver through these levels. Now, I believe there was a... Yes. There's a downward part. Kind of the motion of just like slithering is really fun to execute, and it works well with the Joy-Con. I'm playing split Joy-Con. I also, like I said, played handheld. I don't know that you'd gain anything from Pro Controller. I think it's totally fine. You're basically, like I said, just using the triggers and the sticks, and so in some ways, it kind of is nice to have that split Joy-Con feel. Looks like we got another one of these balls up here, these little goo balls. Lift me up, my bird friend, thank you. Ah, there we go. You did it. Okay, so we're still missing 3, and that's where this kind of gets, to me, the most fun. I like the fact that it requires kind of like combing the environments and really being specific and precise about where you need to go and what you're going to do. And I think a lot of people who are like in Zelda and are more core gamers are really going to get a kick out of attempting to find all the collectibles in the game and getting the highest ranks possible on these levels. And there are times where you have to navigate around the environment quite a bit. So they put these nice signs here, which I think is a small but nice design touch, to let you know, like, hey, you don't have to go over here. That's going to get you killed. You might think, hey, I got to go up there, but probably not. There's also these save panels. You want to hit these often, because if you don't and then you die, you lose all that you have done, which really stinks. So make sure you hit those save pads often. Our bird brain friend is going to go in here and drop our little keys in. You'll see that happen in a second, but I just want to go over here and grab me another goo ball. 2 goo balls left. Where the heck may they be? He's going to activate the keys. The gate of wonder is going to open and activate. And now we're going to see if we can find those other 2. Alright, let's go. Noodle, take me to the blue goo glory. We're going to look for these last 2 and see and show how tricky some of these can be. It's cool also that Sumo Digital is doing this, because they are a pretty legit developer. They did Little Big Planet 3. They're helping with Crackdown 3, working on Dead Island 2, whenever that may be releasing. They did Hitman Episode 5, the Colorado episode. So they've done a lot of like big time stuff. So they are no newcomer and it's cool to see them kind of have their own take on a very unique and charming little title in between and kind of in the meantime as they're working on games with a lot bigger profiles. And you can, like I said, play with the Pro Controller, but we're just playing with the split Joy-Con. So it's a really nice package that I feel is totally worth it. That gate is open, and it's calling me forth. We gotta figure out. There's 2 more. Where the heck are they? I wonder if there's any environmental changes as well, because so far everything's kind of been these like ruins with some puddles, some ponds. But I do wonder if we go anywhere else. I want to see freaking Noodle and Doodle in the snow. That would be amazing. Can we get up here? Let's go. Let's go. Lift my tail. Keep climbing. You gotta keep holding A as you do this in order to really ascend. Doesn't look like there's anything up there. Let's keep checking. Ooh. Wonder. Let's head back this way. You can see the gate is open. Kind of looks like a giant one that I need, but it sure isn't. Should we get some elevation to see if we can spot anything? There are 2 more goo balls, and I can't even see what they are. Aha, 1. See, elevation does help. I bet the second is through that little place. Okay. So let's grab this one, and then we'll go through there. I bet that's where it is. Good work, Noodle. We'll get to another level, just so we can showcase some more of what's going on. I'm not sure if we can make the climb here. Yeah, we're gonna have to go across. It also does a nice job of, like, as you fall and as you move, using some of the vibration, some of the feedback in the Joy-Con. I feel to, like, accentuate the experience. It's a small little touch, but I've really liked all the rumble that has been done with the Joy-Con. All right, let's head back here. Go in. Aha! Yes, we found the final one. Now the coins are even harder, and sometimes they're like off the edges of ledges and require really precise movement. But I'm not gonna bore you with combing the level for those. Just know that some of them are really tricky to find. I have no idea, even in the early stages, where a few of them are placed, because they are just not visible to the naked eye whatsoever. You really must have to be a sneaky snake, because I have not. I spent a long time on the last level before this and could not find all the coins, but we did manage to get all of the blue orbs, so I'll take that as a super success. It should give us a stupendous rank for clearing the level and grabbing all of the blues. Beautiful. And we picked up 4 coins. Insane, actually. Wow, they're very pleased with us there. Let's see where we go next. Creeping Causeway. Interesting. Noodle loves taking long naps in the warm sun. Good to know. This snake will be rewarded not with rabbits or gross digestive sessions, but instead, a nap. I like that better. Alright. Noodle is teleported in, and we are raring to go. Anything behind us? Let's just make sure. Doesn't look like it. Alright, let's start our wiggle train and make our way through. So yeah, it's basically A button and triggers the whole way through. A simple game to control, but definitely a difficult game to master in terms of really getting a hang of exactly how Noodle works. And it's not frustrating in any way, and it doesn't feel cumbersome. I think it just requires a little bit of snake prowess. You gotta kind of be a snake charmer in order to know how this guy moves and how best to sort of, I don't want to say suggest, but, you know, nudge him in the right directions to get him where you want to go. Now, this is crazy here, because as you can see, oh golly goodness gracious. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh no, 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 Noodle! That's where the save pads come in huge handy. So I'm gonna do everything else, grab a save pad nearby, and then we'll try that coin, because that's a tricky one where you really gotta position his body. I've had ones where I had to like hang off the edge. Very cool how they kind of make you, again, think like a snake and rely on the body of the snake and how that, you know, would work, how that would feel, how best that would accomplish what seemed like simple little platforms for you to walk on for any other character. But, you know, Snake Man has a little bit of trouble here. So I'm gonna just gently guide him out. Come on. There we go. Okay. Okay. Now we're gonna bring him back. We're gonna bring him back. We'll go for that coin later. after I get the rest of the blue stuff. Don't want to risk it anymore. A little hidden underway here. Anything this way? Nope. Alright, he's very quick in water, as you can kind of see. But let's get him out of there before he gets wilted. We don't want a wilted snake. Ooh, it looks like we gotta wind through here. It almost feels like a miniature golf course, and I don't know if that is gonna make sense to anyone, but that's kind of the vibe I get. It's kind of like, if I had to describe the art direction, it's like Aztec snakes plus miniature golf. I feel like that's kind of the vibe this game really gives off. I'm betting that there's gonna be something hidden under here. Oh, baby. And you start to really learn sort of the ways of the puzzle makers, the ways of the collectible hiders. And once you do, it becomes fun to see if you can kind of guess and predict where exactly everything is. And sometimes they still surprise you, and a lot of times it's dexterous challenges that even if you're not surprised, you still gotta kind of go all out for. Oh my goodness gracious, this is gonna get real nasty. Alright, so pick that one up. Is there a coin over there? There is. A little hidden coin, and you can see that all of a sudden they're really challenging us to move like a snake more so than before. So we gotta find a way to coil our body around here. Okay, so there we go. Oh god. No, 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 Noodle, Noodle, Noodle! The poor little guy. He worked so hard, he got so far, but he didn't quite make it. And personally, I love the fact that they're adding this sort of challenge early on. I like that they're keeping you on your toes. And you don't need all of those. Again, remember, the main goal and the objective to get out of the level is just to get the 3 different colored shapes, the 3 keys as they're called to the gates. But where's the fun in that? I like that this game kind of functions as more of a challenge puzzler, not really collect-a-thon. There's not enough for it to be considered a collect-a-thon. I was gonna say maybe it'd be smarter to access from the other side. You think? Let's try that. Because dropping is like makes it easy to clear gaps and get around. But the difficulty of dropping is you got a lot of weight. So unless you really hook the snake just right, you risk him falling to an early demise. Okay. Slither your way up, my noodly friend. Of course, I love his color scheme, but I would love it if there were some other options. Or like, after you beat a world, if you get a different looking snake. Alright, there's another save pad. Be grateful for that. Whoa! This one's like a freaking jungle gym. That's super cool. Okay, now the question is, how do I get to that? Oh, wow. Yeah, there's some work going on to this level, isn't there? There's definitely some work. Okay. So we gotta wind our way up and around. Let's see if we can't get... Gotta have him lift me up. Lift me up. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Can we use this to... Ah, can't. Seems like you really gotta nail it from the beginning. Okay. Back up we travel. Slither our way, and we're gonna try to... really gotta try to wind my way up. Yeah, definitely a great idea to have Doodle the bird friend help us out here. Oh, no, 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 no. See, when he's really tight like this, it's a lot easier to... Whoa. Oh, God. I feel like it's a lot easier to climb. Come on. Oh, man. Reach for the stars. Noodle, you are the champion. My boy. My boy. Good work. Alright, look at this dude go. Alright, let's see if we can access that lower area. I'm guessing there's something up here. Let's not even waste any time, Noodle. Whoa! I can't tell, like, I've yet to learn, like, when is the bird a negative? Because, like, you kind of got to slither up it. See how if I go over too soon, you want to kind of let your snake... Okay, so here the bird lifting may really help us. not. See, that he kind of tipped me over the edge there, which I don't really like. But you want to let your body kind of like roll up it and then move forward. Like roll up and move forward. Roll. If you flip too far, it's not going to be good. So let's flip back on ourselves.
Whoa.
Okay, lift me up. Lift me up. Man, this is a tricky one here. There we go! You did it, boy! You did it. Okay, there's another stone. Grab this. Gorgeous. Oh my goodness, look at that. We gotta go way over there in that tricky tower. And there's still that whole lower area, but first let's grab these up here before it's too late. Pick that guy up. Good deal. Alright, let's drop down to this lower area. Look at that. Just gonna land that snake. Oh, baby. Look at him go. He's such a trooper. Doesn't ever complain. What a good little guy. Here, I wonder if we, like, wind our way tight up this one, if we can climb it, maybe. So I'm using that tight grip. It seems like it helps. You kind of just have to, like, it's a little, I don't know if finicky is too negative of a word, but you do kind of have to get a little lucky sometimes with how you wrap him to make him go just how you want him to go, you know? Can you pick up my tail? See, that gets very hard for him to climb that one. This one a little bit easier. We got a surface to work with more. Maybe we can go from here. Yeah, see, that's a whole lot easier. Wind our way up. Oh my god, did you see that? We just went by that one. Okay, let's try it one more time. Slither your way up. He can kind of go up structures. He's much more a fan of the poles, but he can kind of get up structures nicely too. Whoa! I really want to get up here. Above this one. Come on, Noodle. There you go. That's huge. That's huge. Oh, no, 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 no! Oh, no! Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Alright, well, I think I'll let that be the stopping point for our day. You got a good look at Noodle, you got a good look at Snake Pass, and a good look at all that it has to offer. If you want to see more levels or anything, let me know in the comments below. Maybe we'll do a second Let's Play of it. It is a very fun and cool game that I really, oh god, that I really like. Even in failure, it's fun to come back because it's all like dexterity based, it's all your skill based, and sure, you can sometimes get frustrated at the way Noodle's moving or that he didn't quite, you know, climb in the way that you expected him to. But I think it is a super fun game that really delivers something wholly unique, and it's a great fit for Switch because of its sort of challenge-based nature. Its levels aren't too long. They're you know, they're meaty enough to not feel cheap or lame or you know, too childish, but they're short enough also that they can be enjoyed bite-sized. They can be enjoyed you know, while you are just out hanging out. Oh god, goodness, that's not good. And I think it's a really recommendable title. So we're all playing it. We're gonna have a review discussion coming up soon. But for now, I think if you want just a first impressions, I think the game is super cool, and I think it's worth your time. I think it's worth a buy, and I think that Sumo Digital did a really nice job making a super unique and super charming game about a little snake that can ascend to great heights. And at 20 bucks, it's a great addition to the overall Switch library that doesn't currently, you know, have a lot, but is working its way up. And this is a nice, I don't know, it's hard to call it a small game. I feel like it's more of a mid-tier game based on Sumo Digital's repertoire. So a nice mid-tier game, let's call it, and one that I think will be a fun challenge and charmer for a lot of people. It's definitely not an easy game. Oh, we got it. We got it. Yes. Okay, so actually, you know what? Let's just work our way towards this. You want to do it? Let's work our way towards this. Look at some of these. Let's get these last two before we're out of here. Like I said. Oh no, okay, maybe we're not gonna get them. I'll leave you there and let the rest be a puzzle if you decide to pick it up. Until that time though, everyone, thanks so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, stay up to date on the latest and greatest in the Switch lineup, and from Snake Pass, like I said, we'll have that review discussion coming your way. And until then, thanks again. Hit the notification bell if you want to be the first. We love you. Switch Force out.